Coast.
Connor, Fletcher. Kingsley, can she get there? Well, Casey Dumont left it behind, picks up a cap, can still come in from Connor. No one at that far post, and Dumont will take this one. Looking somewhat into the sun. An unsteady moment there for Casey Dumont.
And a lucky escape for Brisbane.
She's done well. I mean, Dumont, she hasn't been in the game. The ball hasn't been down this end of the park. So for her to come out and judge herself quite well there, she had to come, I think.
So first genuine chance for the Mariners. It nearly bore fruit as well. Ball over here for Ashley Connor. Beaumont, the defender. Played it straight to Kellen Knight. And Tamika Butt will just take off here with Rollison in pursuit. Oh, Cooper's done amazingly well. They just threw the foot up behind her almost. And ball stopped dead. Can you do that, Cheryl? You used to.
I've got long legs, so it wasn't probably quite as hard.
Colthorpe. The girls have got all the skills. That one's worn somewhat by Connor, just checking the face. And on we go. It's been played at a cracking pace early.
Sure is. Neither team's really got the ball down and settled and just trying to play their game and move the ball around. Brisbane's really pushing forward at the moment, and the Central Coast just playing a little bit of catch-up, but certainly it's very physical out there today.
I thought that was shoulder to shoulder, really. Colthorpe just stood her ground and just came off the better. That one kept low. Brisbane first to it, though. Sasha McDonald. Plenty of time for Spackman. No genuine pursuit. So the Mariners, pretty free-scoring side. 24 goals for, 7 against. Identical, in fact, with Brisbane, but held scoreless last week. I think the Mariners will just be anxious to make sure they get a goal today. Obviously get the result too, but having never scored against Brisbane, the tally's 8-0. It's come off the referee. Play on. Rollison. Heyman rides the challenge well. Beats another. But Lewick arrives. Player who's applied a trade around the world, United States, Ukraine.
Yeah, she's been another great one to come into the league. I mean, you know, I'm sure there's a few other teams other than Brisbane that would have liked to have played for them, but you know, she's really slotted in well to this Brisbane lineup.
And Lewick looks up, sees McDonald available. Colthorpe to Kellen Knight. McDonald again. Got fantastic pace. Oh, just about trod on the ball there, so no foul. Just arrived a bit heavy. Colthorpe's run into Heyman, and Heyman wasn't about to pull out. So it's quite physical down there, Cheryl.
Yeah, well, you're playing for a grand final berth, and both of these teams want to be there.
Well, Connor not quite sure what the best option was. The safety of this touchline had to do. When you're not sure where your opponents are, it's not the worst option.
Yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry, especially in defence and especially against a team like Brisbane that can capitalise on an error so quickly.
Sasha McDonald's really been more of a super sub for Brisbane this year. Gets the start this week.
She has, but she's under instruction today to play high, which means sitting as high up on the defence as she possibly can.
What's the breeze like, Amy? Who do you think it's favouring?
Look, it's gusting around. 1 minute it was going left to right. At the moment it seems to be coming from the water side right to left. It's not that strong, so I really don't think it's going to have an impact on the game. The temperature, however, might.
Yeah, it's warmish.
It sure is.
We're grateful to be so close to the water. It's taken the edge off the temperature, I'm sure. Lewick. Tackle from Vandenberg. There's no sort of 75% tackles out there, aren't they? They're all made like they mean it. Fletcher. Given one for Kingsley to chase. Do well to get round Polkinghorne. Colthorpe. Well, both teams, Cheryl, had a pretty good warm-up.
Yeah, both teams were out on the pitch. There's a lot of clapping and a lot of congratulations, and just a lot of general positive energy for both teams out there.
Two defenders got the job done for Brisbane as an effect another turnover, but Rollison came back and affected another. Kingsley. The passing for Heyman's got to be better than that to give her a chance of taking it away. Lloyden can't do much with that.
It'll be interesting to see if the Central Coast have any other methods of getting the ball forward today rather than just hitting Heyman after she was taken out of the game almost last week by Sydney FC. You'd have to expect that Brisbane will be looking to do the same, so Central Coast really needs to be looking for other options.
Stephen Roach was telling me before the game that the kind of attention Heyman got last week, they've been working on that, and you've got to expect it, and they've come up with a few strategies about how to deal with it. If you're a good striker and she's the top scoring one of the competition, you've got to expect that you're going to have a couple on you a lot of the time. Yeah,
I mean, it's taken a lot of teams a fair while to try and figure her out. I mean, for Sydney FC to really mark her out of the game, they've done her homework.
But tries to curl one in, and Lloyden's not interested. Doesn't need to be.
And that's twice Tamika Butts put the ball over the bar. Really, that just comes from poor technique, leaning back too far as she's striking the ball. The further you lean back, the further the ball goes in the air.
You're a tough marker, Amy. There was a defender there.
And she was under pressure.
Heyman, and looks like McShay's going to make sure that Heyman's got her number.
Yeah, for Heyman, I mean, she really has to work on making sure she's in front of the back, or whichever defender's on top of her. Any balls that get played in, if she's not in front, then the defenders are going to get there quite early and quickly. So it's up to her teammates just as much to play the ball in the right position for her to get to.
And the Mariners have played this out very nicely. Spackman down the line looking for Jenna Kingsley. He's got her too. He's got a bit to do though with two defenders there. Retains possession well. Connor to her right. Heyman through the middle. And play on. Beaumont out to Kellen Knight. So another time in the penalty area. There haven't been too many of them for the Mariners, but here's another chance. Spackman. Fletcher. Comes back for Rachel Doyle. Starting to get a little bit more of the play, the Mariners, after a very bright start from Brisbane. Kingsley. And that's over Beaumont, but Connor, she get there? Throw into Brisbane.
This is where Central Coast really need to lock Brisbane in. They didn't do it last week, and Sydney FC got out so easily. You may as well keep them up here while you can. Good constant pressure. Central Coast has got the ball back in good attacking position again.
Now Fletcher. Straight up the middle is the option, but Shea was well positioned again. Normally is Rollison. Trying to get it back there. Tamika Butt. Kellen Knight. Lewick. A little bit of space in the midfield for them to operate in, and Colthorpe's pass is not her best.
She took a bit of dirt with that one as well.
Kaya Simon last year was the Mariners' leading goal scorer with 5. She went across to Sydney FC. And Rollison Kingsley had 3 each. And Camilleri, I think, had a few as well. And Elizabeth O'Reilly had 1. But they're a much more productive side this year. Polkinghorne. Just a bit stuck in the centre third at the moment, Cheryl.
Yeah, but the Central Coast are doing a really good job compared to, I mean, I keep going back and comparing it to last week. Central Coast have got a definite back line and a definite midfield line that's pushed